You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly pop and geek culture show covering movies, TV, games, and comics. Now your hosts, Cody Pinnick, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that famous podcaster Sabalba describes as Bantha Poodoo, which I think means it's good. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam, and this is podcasting.
I'm Samantha.
And you're so wizard.
So wizard. And this week we have a special guest with us. Returning is Jordan Taylor.
Hey everybody, glad to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you back. So yeah, we have a bunch of news to go over as usual. But first, let's talk about some things we've been checking out.
Check it out!
The Long Daytona.
Now that everyone has turned off their
Yep.
podcast app.
That's right. All right. So what are some things we've been doing this week? You know what? We'll start with our guest. Jordan, putting you on the spot.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
No, I knew this was coming, so I prepared.
Hey, all right.
You're a step above us.
Yesterday, I crossed the halfway point on my reading goal for the year. Ooh. I have read 23 books this year.
All right. Ooh. Fantastic.
Yes.
I've read one.
Nice.
Do comics count?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then I've read a few then.
There you go. You made that joke last time I talked
and
about
it's
books.
just as funny this time as it was last time, which is 0. So what was the last book? What got you over the halfway mark?
It was the 4th book in a series that is retold fairy tales.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, I
cool.
think you mentioned that the last time as well. You're working on some of them.
Yes, I was reading the 2nd series last time because I didn't realize I was starting in the middle. So now I've gone back and read the 1st series is the one I'm in now.
Okay,
So
cool.
I'm doing it backwards, but they're only loosely connected. So it has not been full of spoilers, which is nice.
Nice. What's the series called?
The series is called The Four Kingdoms by Melanie Cellier.
Oh, okay. And I'm trying to remember. I listen. I do listen. Mm-hmm. It's something about a princess tournament.
The 1st series was. This one
Gotcha.
is not. This one is just random fairy tales. The last one was Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, they're pretty good. I would definitely recommend them if you like fairy tales, and they're YA, so they're relatively family friendly and whatnot too. So,
Oh, cool.
which is nice.
I haven't read a good YA book in a while.
Yeah, there you go.
The whole series is really good.
Use that Libby app.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've actually listened to them all on like audiobooks on the Libby app.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job. Congratulations.
I read on the Libby app Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty good. It's worth it alone for the descriptions of the state they leave their hotel rooms in.
Yeah, I haven't read it, but I watched the movie, and I did a Wikipedia deep dive on it a while back. Like the actual Hunter S. Thompson and what was the guy? I can't remember what the real guy's name.
Yeah, I don't remember. Dr. Gonzo.
Dr. Gonzo, yeah. And
Oscar or something.
yeah, pretty wild stuff.
Yeah. Which he apparently just disappeared one day.
Yeah. He was very much part of like the he wanted rights for Latino, which is good.
Yeah,
but he went about it in a very
he was a civil rights lawyer.
Yeah.
For the Latino community.
Yeah, which is good, but he went about things in a very militant fashion sometimes, and kind of just disappeared one day. Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a difficult read, and it's also not very long. So like, if it has ever piqued your interest in any way, like it's worth checking out.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I might have to pick that up. So I picked up the Switch game Bugsnax.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this game actually came out in 2020, but it was a PlayStation 5 exclusive until it wasn't.
And Epic Game Store as well.
Yeah. And it finally came to Switch. They finally ported it down because it definitely doesn't look as good as it does on PlayStation 5. But the game is a lot of fun. You're basically, it's an island with these various Muppet-looking...
Muppets.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of Muppet characters that live in this village.
Grumpuses, I believe.
And they all have like goofy names like Filbo Smackenback or something like that. It's like weird stuff. And
Rum Tum Tugger.
Yeah, Rum Tum Tugger's one of them, yes. Yeah. The Great Gazoo, you know, all those. And the island also has a bunch of these sentient bug snack foods called Bugsnax.
What's the burger one called?
Bunger. Bunger's one of the best ones.
Yep, it's cheeseburger and wrapper with curly fry legs.
Oh.
It's adorable. And when you feed the Bugsnax to the villagers, parts of their body turn into snacks.
That sounds horrifying.
It's the cutest body horror you'll ever see. But it has like kind of a deeper story to it outside of, I mean, it's a lot of catch the thing, bring it back. It's like fetch quest, catch the thing, bring it back to your villager, have them eat it, and then progress the story.
It's like Pokemon if every Pokemon was a puzzle for you to solve.
Yeah, it's a lot of puzzling stuff. But the story actually goes pretty deep as well. Like all of the characters, I mean, on the outset, they all look like, oh, they're Muppets and they're happy stuff. Every one of them is a failure. If you start like, so like there's like a Grumpus who's a farmer, but you learn about his story, and he was a failure of a farmer in the big city, and also has marital problems with his wife.
Aww.
Yeah, there's tons of like little interpersonal relationships between all of the characters that you get to sort out.
Yeah, you find out that all of the Grumpuses came to this island not just because it's an island filled with sentient snacks, but because they kind of all screwed up in their own special way in their home and decided, we're going to try to start a new life, and it does not go well for them.
Huh. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's only $20 right now, which I think it was a full price game when it first came out.
It probably was. Yeah.
So $20 is like it's a steal.
Yeah, it's definitely worth $20.
Yeah, and the port doesn't look too bad. There's a lot of there's something called texture pop-ins. Basically, if you're too far away from like a tree or a plant or something, it'll to cut down on load time for the system. The asset will just disappear.
Or it'll use a lower definition version of that asset that then pops in to look better as you get close to it.
Yeah, but in this particular case, they just don't exist until you get right up on them, and then they exist. And it's a little jarring sometimes, especially when you're running around the island and all of a sudden everything is just like boom, 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 popping in all around you.
Surprise, trees.
Yeah, basically. And also, the load times between areas leaves much to be desired. It is upwards of 30 seconds of loading of just nothing between going from one section to another. Oof. It's a bit it's a bit much, but if you can get past all of that, everything else looks pretty good.
Thanks, that sounds fun.
It's fun and also terrifying when you turn all of your villagers into, well, there's something called a ribblepede, which is barbecue ribs that's a centipede.
Oh, gross.
And you can turn all of your villagers into meat people by feeding them enough ribblepedes.
Gross.
It's adorable. Googly eyes on everything.
Yeah, or they could have like strawberry hands. Feed them a Strabby.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about Bugsnax when I played it is that very great song by Caro Caro Bonito is not in the game.
It's not, unfortunately.
And that's a letdown because that song is a banger.
Yeah, I think we played it on the show when it first came out a couple years ago.
Back when we used to do that.
Yeah, back before the dark times.
Yeah.
And before the Bon Jovi.
The Jovi.
Our mortal enemy.
Yeah, our mortal enemy, Bon Jovi.
Enemy of the show, Bon Jovi.
Yes.
So I thought it would be fun to play Mario Odyssey again.
Oh, okay, sure.
Which continues to be a great game. I started it before bed thinking, I'll just play a little bit of Mario Odyssey and then I'll go to sleep. I look over, it's 4 a.m.
Oh,
I played like a consecutive 4 or 5 hours of Mario Odyssey without realizing it.
Wow.
oh, dang.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like when I looked at the clock, I just went, oh no.
I think you woke me up doing that. I'm like, what?
Basically, like the time you had to get up to go to work is when I actually went to sleep. Because I had went into some sort of Super Mario Fugue state. And played the game from the beginning to the Metro Kingdom.
Wow. That is, yeah, okay.
And you know what? That game's a darn masterpiece. It's really, really good. I hadn't gotten that lost into a video game, and I don't know how long. And this is a game I've played before.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I've never pulled one of those, not in a long time.
When I was in college, I played Paper Mario like all day, one day for like 15 hours or something
Wow.
ridiculous.
It's a good one.
It is.
So is Mario Odyssey.
I've heard that's good.
I mean, I don't know what to say about it that hasn't already been said, but like I think it and Breath of the Wild were like a modern day renaissance for Nintendo.
I do too.
That they haven't been able to quite get back to since. Kirby's close.
I was going to say.
Very close.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still just a Kirby game.
Yeah. There's still not quite enough meat on Kirby's bones, as it were, to make it in the upper pantheon of Nintendo canon.
Can he eat one of those McRiblets or whatever they're called?
Oh, yeah. Get a little tiny rib hat.
They should put Kirby in Bugsnax.
That would be
a good
great.
crossover.
Just vacuum them all up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Man, that Kirby is really good, though, also.
That is a really good
Need to
Kirby
play
game.
it.
You should. You would enjoy it, I think. Even though in the past you've not been a huge fan of Kirby.
Never really played one.
Except for Kirby's Pinball.
Yeah. I had it on my Game Boy.
Kirby's Pinball is a good game, though.
Mm-hmm.
I played a bunch of Sonic Spinball because they put that on the Switch the other day.
Oh, yeah?
That's a pretty good game. I think it gets a bad rap more than it should.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got past the first level, which is not something I'd ever done before.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it pales in comparison to the best Sonic spin-off game, Dr. Eggman's Mean Bean Machine.
Is that on there?
I don't know. I don't think it is yet. It'll end up on there.
It should be.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's some sort of rights issue with the Puyo Puyo people. I mean, Sega owns that, I think.
Yeah, it should be allowed.
But when they put that on the Sega one, will they put Kirby's Avalanche on the Super Nintendo?
Oh, there we go.
Because they're the same game.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
See, we talked about Baby Oopsie last week, so we
Did
can't
talk about Baby
that
Oopsie.
again.
Talk
Yeah.
about it again.
We could. We could talk about Ray Ray again. Hey, honey.
Hey, honey.
That's his catchphrase.
Oh, really?
That's
Okay.
Ray Ray's catchphrase.
You would really like it. Like,
Oh, okay.
seriously.
Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I've been meaning to get on Tubi and watch a bunch of stuff. I keep seeing good stuff on there. There is a documentary series on Netflix that I haven't watched that yet, but I have heard good things about, called Bad Vegan.
I'm going to say the John Wayne Gacy one. We talked about
we talked about it
last
last week. No, this one's called Bad Vegan, and it's one of those following this 20-something, 30-something, girl boss, started a vegan restaurant in New York, high-end kind of thing, and then started dating a guy who, it turns out he was, of course he was a bad guy, and started scamming her out of a whole bunch of money by suggesting that he was in the CIA.
Oh.
I've watched the first episode of this, actually. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And then at one point, it escalated to the point where he basically created a cult of one person, saying, if you give me a whole bunch of money, I can guarantee that you and your dog will be immortal. And this woman went along with it.
I mean, I'm in, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't even have a dog.
You should watch that, and also Tinder Swindler is.
I've heard Tinder Swindler is really good as well.
We watched that. It's good.
Yeah.
The guy is such an absolute dirtbag, and obviously so.
What was that documentary about the horrible amusement park?
Oh, Class Action Park.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a really
That
good
came
one.
up at work this week.
Oh, it did?
With one of my coworkers. He mentioned that they had watched it. He's like, that was horrible. I'm like, I know, right?
That's a classic.
Oh, yeah.
How did that happen?
So disturbing.
Yeah. Should we describe what Class Action Park is?
I think we've talked about it on here before, but it was a while ago, so
Yeah,
might
we
as
can
well.
talk about it again. It was this theme park in New Jersey back in the 80s called Action Park. It was owned by this guy, Uncle Gene, who was a failed, was kicked off of Wall Street for being too corrupt in the 80s.
Yeah.
So he created a theme park where there are no rules.
Nope. No rules.
Just right. No rules, just right.
Yeah, and he designed like a bunch of amusement park rides. It was like one of the first water parks or whatever.
Yeah.
But he had no engineering background, and his engineers also had no engineering background. So he would just build these crazy contraptions that constantly injured people.
Mm-hmm. Well, didn't they say like people died in the wave pool because the water was so murky?
all the
you couldn't
time.
tell there was a body. It was horrible.
I think by the time it closed, there were 6 deaths at the park.
At least. And like the pool with the boats in it caught on fire because there was so much like motor oil in the water.
Yeah, something about how there was a white, like a fake whitewater rafting course or whatever, and one of the fans underneath the water to push the water had a electrical short in it.
Oh, that's right.
And then someone touched it and immediately died, died. Electrocuted, and
there's that loop-de-loop slide that everybody sees.
Slammed everybody's faces into it.
Yeah, that like people's embedded people's teeth in the foam. Like
yeah.
Yeah, it's wild the way he seemed to like get out of every lawsuit and everything. Like he bought people off, and
it took everyone to court.
Yeah, it was wild.
And the park was insured by a company that he owned, so it wasn't really insured by anything.
His Cayman Islands insurance company that he faked.
That he made up.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a crazy documentary. I highly recommend that one.
It's a wild ride.
Yes.
All puns intended.
I wish it didn't try to swing for serious in the last 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That really was not appropriate.
It wasn't.
I mean,
with the tone of the rest of the documentary, it kind of went. I mean, I understand they wanted to go, but this was actually a serious thing. We've been having fun, but let's get serious for a minute.
They waited way too long to get serious.
The last shot of the thing was the 2 people going to their son's grave in an incredibly staged enactment.
You can't have Chris Gethard like yucking it up about Action Park 5 minutes before.
yeah, it was a bit much. I don't know why, because I didn't like it, but I had the itch to rewatch Tiger King again the other day.
Did you watch the new stuff too?
No,
just the old stuff.
Just the old stuff. No, I tried watching like the live show that what's his name hosted.
The Joel McHale. I've never watched that.
That was horrible.
Yeah, that sounded
couldn't
bad.
get through that. But yeah, for some reason, I just back of my head said, "Hey, you don't remember all of the crazy things at Tiger King Park. Why don't you rewatch the Tiger King?" And then I said, "Not yet. I'm good.
Thank you.
I'm good."
The new stuff doesn't really add anything.
Yeah. It's like, well, no, he's still in prison.
Yeah, basically.
No, it talks more about the other guy, that shady doctor.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
The kind of cult guy?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was pretty good, actually. We burnt through it in like a day, so I don't...
I think because we were like working on homework or something while I was on.
It was the background sound for, a serious homework session.
Weren't they doing like a fake reality like show?
I think they're doing a couple things with
like Kate McKinnon as Carol Baskin.
Yeah, that's gonna be on Peacock, I guess. I saw an ad for it the other day.
Yeah,
which means no one will see it.
No,
Nobody has Peacock. Or if you do, you just use it to watch The Office, and and newer programs frighten and confuse you.
Well, no, there are people that have it. The Red Letter Media guys have it, so they can watch all of Picard.
No, that's Paramount.
Oh, that's Paramount. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then yeah, you're right.
Then
No one
just
has
The Office.
It's just The Office. Yeah.
We have Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
We don't use it nearly as much as we should to warrant paying for it.
There hasn't been any lower decks.
That's true. And we have watched all of that Ghost show with Rose McIver.
Oh, I've heard really good things about that. My folks really like it.
It's very good.
cute.
Yeah. I mean, it's not mind-blowing or anything, but it's a good network comedy sitcom. And apparently it's been doing big numbers, like Young Sheldon style numbers, too.
Oh, wow.
So,
It's doing Young Sheldon numbers?
yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's nice to see, like, a good show do those kind of numbers.
I've heard the British original, because it was taken from a British show.
Yeah.
I've heard that one's really good as well.
Yeah, we watched a couple episodes of the British version, but like after you see the American version, it feels weird.
Oh, really?
Like we've poisoned that well. Like
gotcha.
you can't go back. Because it's a lot of the same, like conceptually the characters are very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just changed to be American. And it's good to see Rose McIver do well.
I was going to say, you can't go wrong with Rose McIver, you know.
How many secrets are inside of acorns?
Unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet. They haven't revealed that she's actually secretly the princess of
Aldovia.
Aldovia, yes.
I was going to say Moldovia, but I think that's a real place.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Is there going to be a new one this Christmas or not?
I hope so. Either that or I need another fourth Vanessa Hudgens and
Yeah.
a Christmas Hudgens.
I mean, it's the Christmas Hudgens, yes. I mean, we're due for that Night Before Christmas.
That's true. Hopefully
sequel.
that's the one that sequels this.
They teed it up for the second one.
They did. He had a brother. There was a wizard lady or whatever.
That was actually one of the better
like
ones.
that?
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
really good. I
Yeah.
really enjoy that one, actually.
What was the last one with the Christmas Hudgens?
That was the one where they had a jewel heist because the Pope brought them a cool star or something.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Watch that
We
one?
didn't
No, we
watch
did
that
not
one.
watch that one.
No.
We need to
It's
watch
fun.
that one.
Yeah.
So then they all had to switch places. They had to pretend to be the weird cousin. And then they all had to be the weird cousin.
They all had to Christmas switch again.
Yeah, switched and re-switched. I forget what it was called. I think it was called like the Holiday Star or something. That doesn't make any sense, but
Yeah.
for the series.
It was the star that led the wise men to Jesus. That's why the Pope has it.
Yes,
That's it.
it's extra special.
And what was the other Christmas movie that we watched that had the crazy cousin, what's his name, show up randomly? Or was that the Christmas Hudgens?
That was the Christmas Hudgens. Yeah, the cousin from Christmas Prince showed up.
Right.
Sebastian or whatever
because
his name is.
because he was kind of the bad guy in the first one, and he ended up knowing the nasty switch princess.
The nasty Hudgens.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knew the sassy one.
The
Yeah.
sassy Hudgens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just am waiting for all of them to tie together
No,
because clearly they do.
That's what
Yeah.
they need. The next
The
Hudgens,
Avengers of Netflix Christmas movies.
the next Hudgens should be the nasty Hudgens.
So what's going to happen when the Night Before Christmas that has Hudgens, but an unrelated Hudgens shows up
They
in
just
the Christmas
don't know
Switch?
that. That's the fourth Hudgens.
It's the fourth Hudgens?
Yes, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, another one that looks like us.
Oops, all Hudgens?
What are the odds?
They're going to find the cloning facility where the Hudgenses are made. The Holly Jolly cloning facility.
The Holly Jolly Hudgens.
It turns out she's an elf. She's an elf. That's what the elves look like
Oh,
at Santa
okay,
at the
yeah.
North Pole.
So they just go to the North Pole and there's like 1 million Hudgens just
Yes.
wandering around?
Yes.
Yes. Welcome to Christmas in May, Nerd Overload.
I did just watch The Night Before Christmas the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's I like Christmas movies as background type watching.
You catch your dad watching it the other day. Is that Scrooged?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good one.
He always talks about that movie. I don't know why I mean, it's a good movie, but man, anytime we talk about a streaming service, it's like, does that one have Scrooge?
That's the litmus test for whether it's a good streaming service or not.
I guess so.
Nice.
I think he was watching it on YouTube too. I think YouTube is what has Scrooge with ad supported. We just walked in. I'm like, why are you watching Scrooge now?
Like, I missed it for Christmas.
Oh gosh.
That's Cody's dad.
That's where I get it. Whatever it is.
All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and take a break here, and when we come back, we'll get into some news.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Dunham, the host of Long Play here on WZMO. Long Play is a show that appeals to music lovers of all ages. Here's an example.
I love long play.
There you have it. A completely unsolicited endorsement for one of our youngest fans.
Grandpa, where's my candy?
Ellie, be cool.
Grandpa!
Ellie and I would like to invite you to tune into Long Play every Friday at 11 p.m. and Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on 104.7
WCMO.
So we're back from the break, and one of the four of us has been replaced with Vanessa Hudgens. You figure out which one. And let's go ahead and get into some news.
Hey, Vern, know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm still working on putting the soundboard back together. The clips are limited.
But that was indeed Ernest.
That was Ernest.
I haven't seen Ernest in a long time.
Ernest P. Worrell, yes.
The P is for power tools.
It is. I went back, talk about things we checked out. A while back, I went back and watched all of those Ernest Roulette video reviews that Neil Cicierega and his group did. Did I ever talk about that on the show?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, yeah. I just went through every episode, like every Ernest movie, for better or worse. Mostly worse. Hey, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did show up in one of them.
Wow.
Slam Dunk Ernest.
Oh my God.
Of course there's one called Slam Dunk Ernest.
He got magic tennis shoes that made him very good at basketball.
That's definitely a premise you can put 2 hours behind.
Yep. Ernest Goes to Jail is actually one of the better movies where Jim Varney gets to act like not Ernest for a while because it's a guy who looks just like Ernest but is a complete villain, like switches places with Ernest in jail.
So it's like a princess switch, but
with Ernest. Yeah, kind of.
The Ernest switch, if you will.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch Jim Varney dressed as Ernest talking about how dumb all of Ernest's like Pee-wee's Playhouse houses, like his dumb contraptions. He goes, "What is this?"
It sounds like in Muppets Most Wanted when they have the evil Kermit.
It is exactly
with
the
mole
Constantine Ernest switch.
that can't do a good Kermit impression, and it's one of the funniest scenes in anything I've ever
Kermit the
seen.
Frog.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so hey, let's get into some of this news. A lot of movie news this week. A lot of movie news.
It's mostly like this movie is the thing that's happening, but it is movie news.
Get ready for a lot of, hey, this exists.
Oops, all movies.
Yeah. So first off, there was a final trailer for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which I didn't realize comes out next week.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Crazy.
We already have tickets.
We've got a lot of catching up to do.
We might have plans for this weekend, trying to get caught up on stuff. But the trailer looks very good, and like most Marvel trailers, spoils way more of the movie than I would like it. Yeah. I would have liked it too.
Yeah, if it weren't our job to comment on the things that are in trailers, I would have not watched this one.
Exactly. Same here. Absolutely.
I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah. But you get big space monsters. You get multiverse stuff.
Multiple stranges with multiple eyes,
beards.
Yeah, a very quality of beard.
By multiple eyes, I mean more than two.
Yes. Professor X.
Yeah, that's probably who that is.
Yeah.
They show.
It might be.
Yeah, they show a yellow wheelchair-like device.
And Patrick
Stewart's voice. So it's either Professor X or Jean-Luc Picard from the Star Trek.
From the Star Treks, yes.
Patrick Stewart as himself.
Yeah, it could just be Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Hello, Doctor Strange. It's me, Patrick Stewart.
Let me recite a limerick for you. Well, what got spoiled for me was characters from the TV series from Disney Plus. Monica Rambeau from WandaVision is back with a costume as Captain Marvel, and Peggy Carter possibly as
Captain Carter.
Captain Carter, the alternate past Captain Marvel, Carter.
So if you haven't
Captain America.
So if you haven't watched Marvel's What If on Disney Plus before this, you probably should get on that.
Gonna have to
Put it on the list.
Yep, we will put it on the list. But no, the trailer looks really good. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for the Sam Raimi crash zooms, like the Evil Dead style, like camera movements and stuff. I think it's going to work really well with this type
cool
of movie.
to see Sam Raimi do a superhero movie again.
It is, yeah. I'm glad he came out of semi-retirement after The Great and Powerful Oz.
Oh, that's right, he did that.
Yeah.
That was the last full movie he did before
Wow.
before
that
this.
was a thing.
Yeah,
I wish I could forget it was a thing.
and it just Doctor Strange seems like a good fit for him.
It does. Yeah. Let's see. Other trailers we watched. The Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie.
Chip and Dale.
Yeah.
Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, second trailer for that. That's a Disney Plus exclusive, I think.
Yes.
And it looks great.
It does actually look really good. It's a lot of like I clapped when I saw it references.
Oh, yeah.
But it seems like there's a good movie in there. It looks like there's a lot of good jokes. A lot of weird crossovers that you wouldn't expect.
A whole lot. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of this is almost kind of the Roger Rabbit
Yeah, that's what I was
for
gonna say. It gives me the Who Framed Roger Rabbit vibes.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
it looks like the villain is a middle-aged Peter Pan voiced by Will Arnett, which is very funny.
Seth Rogen voicing two separate characters.
Yeah.
Talking to each other, doing the same voice. Gives me high hopes for his Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Oh man, that Mario movie. Speaking of the Mario movie, in a tweet that was definitely from Shigeru Miyamoto because he made sure that you knew it was him by opening it with "This is Miyamoto." He said he had been talking with Chris San, which is not Chris Pratt.
Which I thought he was talking about at first.
He was talking about the Chris that is the owner of the studio that
Illumination.
Yes, Illumination, the Minions people. And they've decided to delay the movie until 2023.
That's fine.
Please, just keep delaying it forever.
No, I want this train wreck to come out. It's not going to be good.
No, I can't.
No.
I can't see a reality in which this is going to work. I don't want Mario to talk a lot, and especially not with Charles Martinet's voice not coming out of him. It's wrong.
It's Chris Pratt. Hello, I am Mario.
Hello, Mario.
It's a me. It's a me.
It is
No,
me.
it is I, Mario.
It is I, Mario. I'm just a regular dude.
Let me go do some plumbing. Oh no, it's Bowser.
It's Foreman Spike for some reason.
Yeah, Foreman Spike is in that movie, isn't it? Isn't he? That is so weird.
I guess they just want to have a weird deep pull for fans, I guess.
I guess. I mean, I also forgot Cranky Kong is going to be in this movie, which is kind of a deep pull as well.
Yeah, and like not entirely a Mario character. I mean, tangentially, yes.
Technically, he was the original Donkey Kong.
That's true.
In the Donkey Kong, which again leads to my theory that Charles Martinet is playing Mario's dad. Who, remember that time he fought a giant monkey?
Man, the Donkey Kong and Mario streams almost never cross anymore. So
No,
I'm
they don't.
surprised that they did.
Yeah.
I kept wanting to, speaking of Mario Odyssey again, I kept wanting Donkey Kong to show up in New Donk City. But he doesn't.
I
mean, he kind of... It's a pixel Donkey Kong. It's not what I wanted.
Yeah. But at least they got Pauline.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Who's not in the movie, apparently.
Wait for the sequel.
Yeah. She's wherever Wario and Waluigi are.
I can't wait for the sequel when they introduce Wario and Waluigi. Danny DeVito has to be Wario.
Yeah.
He has to be.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody better.
Yeah.
But who would be Waluigi is the real question.
Thomas Middleditch.
Be pretty good.
That's just my callback to the Shadow the Hedgehog joke we did.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, who would be a good Wario? He'd have to have a...
Or Waluigi.
Or Waluigi, rather, yeah.
Andy Samberg.
I'm thinking someone with like a nasally kind of high-pitched voice.
Who does that? Wallace Shawn. Danny DeVito and Wallace Shawn are Wario and Waluigi.
I could see it. All
Who
right.
said anything about Yoshi?
No one. It's gonna be Frank Welker. Yeah. He does all animal voices. He does every single animal voice. It's going to be. Or no, that's where they put Charles Martinet.
Yeah. Or they'll just use the same canned Yoshi noises they've used for 20 years. I think it's Hip Tanaka that does this. He's the music guy one of the music guys at Nintendo does Yoshi's voice.
Oh, speaking of voices in games, did I talk about this on air last time? They found where one of the voice clips from Street Fighter 3, the fighting game, came from.
I don't think you did. I remember you discovered it right before we did the show.
Yeah, but I don't think I talked about it on the show. So in that fighting game, there are a lot of voice clips taken from different things. It's a very hip hop centric game. A lot of cool clips and stuff like that. And at one point, during the game, when your super bar fills up, there is someone who says, "Let's go!" And it was like no one could ever place the clip or whatever. They just thought it was some extra or whatever. Turns out it was Adam West from Batman 66 clip that they stole and put into Street Fighter 3.
Wow.
Yeah, Third Strike. So exciting. It was cool. Batman is in a fighting game. And a good one.
Yeah, a fighting game that's not
Injustice. Or Justice League Task Force. Oh, man.
It's got mullet Superman, though.
It does. That's true. All right.
Blizzard made that one.
They did. They didn't do a very good
No,
job.
they didn't. They uncharacteristically did a terrible job.
Yep. All right, so let's get into some of this list of, hey, this thing exists. Venom 3.
Yes, they're going back to the Venom well. I hope this one has the Venom that's covered in jeans whose name is Denim Venom. I didn't just make that up.
What?
Did you actually made that up, that joke up originally?
We're at Joanne's looking at fabric, and I was like, "Oh, this is denim," and I'm like, "Denim's gonna get him." I couldn't help myself.
That Eminem song for the Venom movie is so hilariously terrible.
Terrible.
Kind of
Venom.
like it suits the film.
Yeah, like everything else in that movie, it's a throwback to 2003.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters Afterlife 2.
A film that doesn't need to exist.
No, I thought the whole point of Ghostbusters Afterlife was to kind of put like a capper on the Ghostbusters franchise that it didn't really need, but it was nice that it got.
Yeah.
Is it going to be called Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Yes. Yes, I like it.
Afterlife.
Afterlife.
Ghostbusters After Hours.
Yeah. Ghostbusters, we're doing it again.
Slimer and the real Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah, if you were wondering what the cartoon Ghostbusters were doing, it puts a capper on them.
Yeah, or will this one like loop back around and we'll get Vigo the Carpathian again?
No, this one is the Lady Ghostbusters. They're gonna put a capper on them.
They think their first movie.
They should have gotten a sequel.
Yeah, a movie's. I mean, it's not great,
No, but it's not bad, and they could only go up from there. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
Yeah, they could have done different stuff.
I think they set it up for a good sequel.
Yeah,
I mean, not do the tease that they put in the actual film. Don't do that.
Don't do that. But like, yeah, they could have done a sequel where they weren't dunking on neckbeards.
Yeah.
For the whole third act. I think that might have been my biggest problem with it. Just the villain of the movie was a Ghostbusters fanboy.
Yeah. That's a little too on the nose.
It is, yeah.
Considering the climate when it came out.
Well, yeah, yeah. So what else exists? Batman 2.
Expendables 4.
Yes, Robert Pattinson is back again.
He's Bat.
He's Bat.
Nailed it.
Yeah, so that team up with the Riddler and the Joker that they tease at the end of the movie, I guess, is probably going to be where that goes.
Hey, you know what? That's cool.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with another one.
Sure. As long as they don't make all of the other DC movies as dark, grim as Batman.
Hopefully, they don't take the wrong,
Batman.
They don't take the wrong lesson from this.
Yeah.
Dark and gritty works for Batman, but it doesn't work for any of the other ones.
Arguably, it could work for the Black Adam movie that they're doing.
I mean,
Kinda.
it's in the name.
Yeah, well, that's true. But then again, it's also The Rock. He's not going to be in a grim and gritty movie.
No.
He's got to be in a very marketable, very PG-13 type movie.
Oh, that's the other thing I checked out that I couldn't think of.
Yeah, let's hear
Sorry,
it.
I watched The Jungle Cruise.
Oh, sure.
How was that?
Yeah, I want to know.
It was trying to be Pirates of the Caribbean, and it wasn't as
Oh.
good. Like, you could watch it, and you'd be like, I watched a movie. I watched it while I had COVID, so it was like I was just at home watching stuff, so it was fine.
Yeah.
How was The Rock, though? Was he transcendent?
Oh, he was The Rock, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and What's-Her-Face did a good job. Emily
Blunt?
Yeah. Yes, I like her. But yeah, it just felt like it was trying too hard to be Pirates of the Caribbean, but in a different setting.
Especially that character, Captain Smack Darrow.
Yes. That guy.
Yeah, when we had COVID, we watched both seasons of The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Just like burnt through them back to back mostly.
Speaking of Disney rides that are becoming movies, again, the Haunted Mansion is getting its third film.
Yes.
Unrelated film.
Yeah.
Why not?
Sure.
There is a movie in there, in that ride. There's a good movie in there. They just haven't been able to extract it.
This one sounds a little better, though. It has Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito's going to be in there.
Owen Wilson.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Ghosts. Wow.
Wow, Ghosts.
I mean, we read the synopsis and stuff. It sounded good. I'd see this movie.
Oh, sure.
I like the Haunted Mansion. It's one of the best rides at Disney World.
The first time I went to Disney as a kid, we rode the Haunted Mansion ride like 10 times in a row because we were caught in a torrential downpour while riding it. And so they just kept letting us back on over and over so we wouldn't have to go out in the monsoon.
Nice.
It was great.
Yeah. Did it get old at any point?
No, it was great every time.
That's cool.
Every single time.
Pirates of the Caribbean is rad. It's a rad ride, but I think I like the Haunted Mansion just a little better.
Yep. The part where you're you're in your cart and it swings to the mirror and there's a ghost sitting there next to you.
There's ghosts riding with you.
Yeah, that is so cool. It's so cool.
My dad gave the other ghost bunny ears in the mirror to ruin the illusion.
Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about the Disney 2022-2023 slate.
Yes, they released the whole shebang for
all
the
of
next
them.
2 years.
Some of these we've talked about already, like Doctor Strange, Lightyear, that sort of thing.
The Bob's Burgers movie, which I'm excited about.
That's going to be pretty cool. Yeah.
They've been teasing to it on the show. The plot of the film is that a big sinkhole opens up under their restaurant.
Oh, okay.
And as this season's episodes have gone by, the crack on the sidewalk in front of their burger restaurant has been getting bigger and nastier.
Oh, interesting. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, a character tripped over it a couple episodes ago. Like they're teasing it.
Ah, that's great. That's great. Former guest of the show, BJ, from the Teach a Dummy podcast, is like super excited for it because he loves Bob's Burgers.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites, I would say. It's definitely up there. I like those Belchers. They're good people.
Okay, so some of the other stuff on the list, we're going to talk about the stuff we already know about. Like I said, Haunted Mansion, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming in 2023.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thor: Love and Thunder, yeah.
That's sooner for Guardians than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I hope you like Avatar. Because we've got 2 pending Avatar movies for this year and next.
They are threatening us with 2 more Avatar movies.
Boo.
And not the Airbender, it's the Blue Cats.
The Blue Boys.
Is just everybody just humoring James Cameron because he's James Cameron?
Yeah.
Is that why these are happening?
That's exactly it.
Because I don't know anybody except for what's her name, Jenny Nicholson, who likes Avatar.
And I'm pretty sure she likes it ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Avatar...
Make you sit through it.
That'd be a good episode of that podcast we never did.
You're right. But no, it's Avatar and Avatar: The Way of Water. So they're going to go underwater.
It's a wet one.
It's going to be even bluer because it's underwater.
Oh, it's going to be that James Cameron movie that's underwater that we watched not too long ago. Yeah,
The Abyss.
It's going to be the Abyss. Yeah, it's going to be the Abyss with blue cats.
Titanic was only partially underwater.
But the most pivotal part.
Well, that's true. That's
the
true.
second tape.
Yeah. The second tape. Yeah.
Second VHS tape.
Wakanda Forever. That's coming.
It's gonna be weird.
I'm curious.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they pull that off and also do it well.
Yes.
Because I think they will try.
They're going. It'll be pretty good, but yeah, I'm just curious to see how it goes. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Oh, I couldn't read that from here. I could only read Quantumania, and I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, it has a weird logo too.
It is, yeah. But again, Paul Rudd is a charming gentleman, and the Ant-Man movies are pretty good.
Yeah,
so
they haven't done a bad one yet.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. So when is Marvel going to do the bad one?
I don't know, but it's got to be coming, right? You can't win forever.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it was Eternals.
Oh yeah, it was Eternals. You're right. Yeah,
and it wasn't even that bad, but it definitely wasn't that good either.
Yeah.
It's just a little boring.
Yeah.
All right. Last Marvel thing we have here, The Marvels, which is a movie that you're going to have to watch WandaVision, Ms. Marvel, and Captain Marvel to understand what's going on.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, because this is bringing together Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel, who shoots marbles out of her hands.
Yeah, it's Marble Madness.
Very dangerous. Everybody twist their ankles.
Yeah, and Monica Rambeau is going to be on it, in it as well as another Captain Marvel.
Sure.
All of them. Other stuff we didn't really know about. I didn't know they're doing another Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, that's at the end. They're threatening that at the very end of 2023.
Let's see if Harrison Ford kills off another one of his beloved characters by the end of the film.
I really wish they wouldn't do another Indiana Jones. There's enough.
There's enough.
There's too many. Arguably, there's too many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Crystal Skull was too many.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of the ones on this list that we had to actually look up. You want to talk about Strange World?
Oh, I thought this was called Searcher Claude.
Fun fact, it was originally called Searcher Claude.
Which is the worst name for a film I think I've ever heard.
It's terrible.
It does not roll off the tongue. Well, you can understand why they changed it to Strange World.
Yeah. So it went from bad to generic.
Yeah.
But apparently this is about, I'm reading the synopsis here. Original action-adventure journey deep into an uncharted and treacherous land where fantastical creatures await the legendary Claudes, a family of explorers whose differences threaten to topple their latest and by far most crucial mission. That tells me nothing. Mm-hmm. That's nothing.
It sounds like The Croods. Like the synopsis could almost be the same
for
that movie, The Croods.
Yeah. But this one's...
Searcher Crude.
Searcher Crude. But this one is animated. Mm-hmm. And that is all we know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the next big Disney animated film, I guess.
Yeah, and no one has been cast in it yet.
Yes, and it sounds like nothing so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Swiss Family Robin's Claude.
All right. Next up is the Banshees of Inisherin. Also, oddly enough, was called Searcher Claude originally.
Oh, maybe that's why they changed the name, because they're like, well, we can't call them all.
They can't be both Searcher Claudes.
Yeah. It's just such a good name. We wanted to use it on every movie.
Yeah, but this one's interesting. It's a Disney Searchlight, so it's it's not a kid's family movie. I mean, it could be. We don't really know, but it's all Irish. It's set in Ireland. It has a predominantly Irish cast, I believe. Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, the two most famous Irish actors right now, are both in it. And again, the premise: the conflict arises between two friends when one of them abruptly ends their friendship, with alarming consequences for both of them. Again, tells me nothing.
Well, I looked up between the things. I looked up like what banshees are traditionally known for, and they're like a witch that screams about death. So I assume death is involved.
Oh, okay.
But that still doesn't really tell you anything.
Will Colin Farrell be playing the Penguin in this movie as well?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes. And Brendan Gleeson will be playing the Banshee, not the screaming witch, but the X-Men character. This is a secret X-Men movie. The last one on here is Disney's The Menu, which is incredibly difficult to look up on Google.
Yeah.
Because if you type in Disney's The Menu, it just gives you the menu for all of Disney World. But this is another thriller, comedy, action, dark comedy thing with Anya Taylor-Joy and Ralph Fiennes, and I'm assuming food will be involved. That is
Voldemort.
Yep. Voldemort and Princess Peach go to a restaurant.
Go to dinner. A bad date.
Yeah, that's it. I'd watch that movie. Yeah. That's fine.
Princess Peach has a villain kink.
Yes. So that's all of Disney stuff. We still have more movies.
I'm sorry, there was one more Disney.
Oh, yeah.
It's the live action Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to forget that exists.
However, the cast looks pretty good.
Okay.
I am not psyched about it being live action, but Lin-Manuel Miranda is involved.
Ooh.
And some
is he Sebastian the Crab?
No, Daveed Diggs is, who is also from Hamilton, and he's the one that's in the Grubhub commercial with the Muppets.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the cast looks pretty good. I mean, not that we need any other live action Disney remakes.
Who are some of the other cast?
Somehow Halle Berry is Ariel. Unless there's a new... Oh, I'm sorry. Haley Bailey. That's hard to say.
Yeah, it's not...
I was going to say, how is she playing a 16-year-old girl? Melissa McCarthy. Mrs. Nope.
Mrs. McCartney.
Mrs.
McCartney.
As Ursula.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's a little on the nose.
A little.
Yeah. Javier Bardem is her dad.
Okay.
Actually, they should have got a drag queen to play Ursula.
That would have been pretty good.
That would have been great. Get John Travolta back in from off of Hairspray.
Get the famous local Columbus drag queen. I can't remember.
Nina West?
Yeah, Nina West.
Nina West.
Yeah.
When we saw Little Shop, she had a cameo in one of the pre-recorded parts.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Is that most of the cast?
That's it. Aquafina is in it. She was in
Oh.
Shang-Chi in the Legend of the
Who
Ten
is
Rings.
Aquafina in Little Mermaid?
Is it plucky best friend character that they've introduced?
She's the new flounder.
She is the best friend. She's Scuttle. You were close.
Oh, she's Scuttle.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
see that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I see it.
that works.
Yeah.
I don't know who Jacob Tremblay is, but he's Flounder.
That sounds familiar.
He looks
man.
like a tall baby.
Well, let's see him. Yeah, he does look like a tall baby. You're right.
Yeah. and Flounder kind of looks like a floating baby's head.
A little
fair.
bit. Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
probably why they cast him as that.
Yeah. Not only is Wicked going to be a movie, it's going to be two movies.
For some reason,
Why?
because they can milk theater kids for 2 movies instead of one.
Yeah, that's it. I'll go see it. Why not? The play's good. The musical's good.
I've wanted to see it. I've never seen it.
Is the movie gonna have like Kristen Chenoweth in it? And
It better.
I'm just saying all celebrities' names badly today, but
Yeah.
those
Idina
ones that
Menzel,
are in it.
Adele Dazeem.
Jamina?
It doesn't, actually.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
it's got Zendaya in it.
Oh, well, I love her.
Oh, she's good.
I feel like I could be wrong there.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
I'm on it. That tall baby played Luca in the movie Luca.
Oh. Okay.
Or was the voice of, I suppose.
And last one here before we wrap things up. There is an actual picture of the Barbie movie. Live action Barbie movie.
Yes, it's a picture of Margot Robbie in a pink convertible, and she looks like a Barbie.
She looks like a Barbie. Mm-hmm. It'll work.
But we did look up the plot behind this movie, and it sounds clever.
It sounds okay. It's enchanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barbie comes to the real world and learns harsh realities in hilarious settings.
Which, I mean, if you're going to do a Barbie movie, I can't think of a better plot than that.
That's just as good as anything else.
Yeah.
It would be about the one way to do it.
Yeah. Unless you just did it fully in Barbie land and everybody looked like plastic monstrosities.
They have like a giant CGI hand that is moving all the actors around.
Just kind of bonking them on the
Bonk,
table.
bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh no, and now they fight. Dum, bum, bum, bum,
It's a
bum, bum.
completely unhinged child's plot.
And then, like, G.I. Joe shows up.
It's like Axe Cop, but
Yeah,
Barbie.
that would actually be great. I would love that.
It's Axe Cop for girls. It's like
Yeah.
a little girl's, like, ridiculous.
Have it written by an actual 6-year-old
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, that would be fantastic. But yeah, we've actually hit time, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Thank you again to Jordan for being on the show.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com. You can also find us on all of our social medias like Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon at Nerd Overload Now.
You could email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
You can give us a call on the Nerd Overload hotline. That number's 586-372-8020. If you leave a message on our voicemail, we might play it on the show.
You can also find all of our back episodes on various podcast apps such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and more. And finally, I'd like to thank David Pencil for the use of our intro and outro. You can find more of his stuff over at davidpencil.com. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Why do you hate my show scream?